Josh, what do you got going on
I
here?
focus on a lot of the artist guitars because I work with these guys really closely, and one thing that is really important is that our artists are really, really involved with their guitars. We don't design a guitar and go, okay, here's your guitar, and they go, okay, great. Constant dialogue, constant emails, photos, blueprints, sending CAD files, all that kind of stuff. So let's take, for instance, Tracy Guns here. Obviously a legacy artist. I mean, Tracy, he is like a rock and roll foundation, you know what I mean? So we did a signature Nash Vegas for him that we launched last year with all the hand pinstriping done by a gentleman in Tampa named D. Von Henschel. He's been pinstriping hot rods and lead sleds since 1951. So he's definitely got his craft down to a science. So we decided that it's been so successful this year that we wanted to do a more affordable import version that people could really get a hold of. Largely, it looks a lot like Tracy's guitar. It is Tracy's guitar. He'll have one. He'll be playing one. But it's a $699 version, of a $2,000 guitar. So it's got a lot of the attributes: the pinstriping, the Floyd, a Telly with a Floyd. I mean, that's all Dean all day in Nash Vegas. So and we did that. And we thought, you know what? Tracy kind of inspired us to do this little red joint down here with a trucker girl F-hole. You can actually see. Whoop!
You can put your finger in her.
That's right. So it's actually hollow, and that's the first one like that I've ever seen. And we went all the detail. We even gave her the little bit. She's a little aroused right there.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Yeah. Wow.
No
Dean thinks of
overlooked.
everything. Yeah.
No detail overlooked. But so we're excited about this whole Nash Vegas line. It's something that a lot of guys love this shape, and it's something that we decided that we're committed to building. And this this can go rock and roll, metal, country, anything. So it's a very versatile guitar. Tracy will be here today. He's not even seen the import in the flesh yet, so I'm excited to have him see that, which is cool. And then we have a couple new Schenker guitars back here, who played last night. MSG tore it up. And of course, Elliot played last night, and so for those of the
few
people,
times
he did, and for those of the people that had never seen him play, they got to see him on the webcast. He's the real deal, man. He's not, everybody goes, oh, he's the owner of the company, and he gets to do these things, but he's a musician and a rocker at heart. That's how he got in this business.
We were talking about that last night and how cool it is.
Yeah, man.
It's like that Just for Men commercial. I'm not just the owner, I'm a client.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's the owner. I'm a rocker. You know what I mean? So, but he gets it done, man. But so we have a couple new Schenker guitars. This is the Strangers in the Night guitar, based largely on the album cover, of course, with the faces. So it's got a little collage of all these screaming faces, and Mike's got quite a few pictures with his mouth open doing his rock and roll thing. That's cool. So that's new for this year. And then we actually did a USA retro. It's one of the first Schenker guitars we've ever done with a pickguard. So we split the paint job like we always do on most of his guitars, and then we did a split pickguard to kind of throw it back a little bit to some of the vintage guitars that he's played. And so this one has been a huge hit at the show, along with the Strangers guitar. So it's a good line. And then moving down the row here, we've got Cooley Roth's guitars. These are the first production Cooley Roth guitars that have been made. So it's been as you can see, it's a very ornate, very detail-oriented guitar. So the development on this guitar took a year, and we released it last year, but we really haven't gotten production going until just recently. So these things are, it's like moving heaven and earth to build these things because of the whole tones and the multi-frets and all the, the knobs and the switches and the way the bodies are made and the necks are set. The pickup is under the fretboard here on this one, and same thing on that. So it's an undertaking to build, but we're proud to do it. He'll be here as well with Leslie and Schenker today doing a total legend signing, man. So people are stoked about that. So there's just a lot of cool stuff. We've got a few other things down the line. This is the first year we've ever built an 8-string, and we've got two versions of it. We've got a fan fret. As you can see, most guitars have these straight frets, which they've had for years. This one actually has a fan fingerboard, so the scale length is different on each side. It looks a little bizarre when you first see it, but when you actually hold it and play it, it's very ergonomic, which is really cool. So we're doing an 8-string. These are Rusty Cooley guitars. Doing an 8-string with a fan fret and an 8-string with a straight fret. So you can get it in either combination. Then we also make the RC7 still. This one happens to be mahogany. This one's interesting because this allows the guy that wants the 7-string playability and the feel of the Rusty Cooley guitar without the graphic and some of the higher end stuff. So this guitar can be had for $2,000. Oil finish neck, mahogany body, still got the Floyd on it, the EMGs, maple fingerboard with the signature Cooley inlay. So we're kind of everything from $2,000 to 3,000, to the whole 9 yards. So we're covering the whole. We're expanding the Rusty Cooley line this year, which we're excited about because he's one of the top shredders in the world, man.
And he's got his own. We were talking to him last night at backstage at the NAMM Jam, and he's got a TV show coming out about guitars
on TV. Yeah, it's awesome because we've had artists on there, and they've come through the factory tour in Tampa, and they go, "Man, we were in Houston, and we were on Rusty's show." I'm like, "That's awesome, man!" So it's all kind of coming together, man. And we're real proud of Rusty and the things he's accomplished and how revered he's become as a shred guitar player. So we're really proud to have him.
I shared the elevator with him coming down to our free breakfast this morning. Yeah,
he's a great guy, man. We've been working with him for about 4 years now, and he's full of ideas. He understands the fans that buy his guitars what they want. And this is all his idea. I mean, we had a little bit of input, but he goes, "Okay, here's what I want." Boom, 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 boom. And this was one of the easiest guitars, even though it's band fret and 8 strings and all this. One of the easiest guitars to build. So we were happy about that. This is a new Chris Pelletieri guitar that we're doing. The signature spider graphic that Chris really is super into. Single coil pickup in the neck, humbucker in the bridge. It's got a vintage style 2-post fulcrum trim, just one knob, nice and easy. Selector switch. It's not a locking tremolo, so it's similar to some vintage guitars. Because Chris, we actually flirted with the idea of doing a locking trem, but he wanted to keep it vintage style, which is cool. So, and this is one of the only guitars that we have with a reverse headstock. And we even, we did put the logo on upside down and did the whole thing. So we're excited about some of these new artist guitars, man. It's gonna be a big year, and we're poised to really take over in 2011, man. I'm telling you, dude. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's some things at the shop we're working on that are gonna blow people's minds. So,
you guys custom stuff?
Yeah, man. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. Those guys at the shop, man. Dan, Mike, Kevin, Jeremy. Those guys are the best, man.
Love those dudes.
I mean, they're the best in the business, man. And we're excited to showcase what they can do. And you guys ain't seen nothing yet. Colors this year.
Colors, yeah. Oh, the amps. Yeah, tell me about the amps. Come on. Hey, Eric.
Product manager.
How
you feeling today?
Good. I'm all right. I got my coffee. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
But so we're just talking about these amps here with these different colors.
Yep.
First year for colors, and we got the purple, the white, the red, of course the black as always. Are any of these limited?
They're all 100-piece limited runs. Yep. 100-piece limited runs.
So we better get them while the getting's good. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know if most of them might be gone, but we'll know later. We'll know after the show how many we got left, but they're going really quick.
I like the cool practice amps that you guys have available now too, these little ones.
Dude, did you see the Pimp Daddy setup though? This is the Pimp Daddy setup.
We're gonna get schooled on the Pimp Daddy setup here.
That's it. Yeah.
What do we got going on here?
The artist formerly known as Josh Maloney, right in here. That's it right here.
Yeah.
The Pimp Daddy guitar with the Pimp Daddy.
Nice. I like that. Look at that. I didn't even notice these two were together like that.
See that? Yeah, we try to color coordinate here at Dean Guitars.
Yeah. Eric's favorite color.
Yours is pink.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, you're right. It is.
This is live webcast. This is what goes on.
You're right. It is my favorite color. Possess You.
Possess You.
That Curse Mackey told me that one. That was pretty funny.
I can see Curse saying something like that.
Yeah. And the cool thing about the dime practice amp is you bring dimes. You can get dimes tone kind of squeezed into a little box right in your living room, man. So if you don't want to spring for a big stack, or you're kind of just getting going, you're like, man, I'd really like to get Daryl's sound. This is a little black. We call it the little black tooth. And we're happy to bring this thing out. It's something that's nice and portable. You can play it at home. It still represents the lightning bolt knobs. They got a little Blacktooth logo on it and the dime logo.
I love that. It says next to the power button, it says light 'em up.
Yep. And that's what he'd say, man. Light 'em up. So we're excited about the Blacktooth. So a little practice. We're trying to get something for everybody.
And how about some of the dime models and Razorbacks and stuff? Check it out. We're trying to milk all the energy out of Josh as we can get before he runs off and he's too busy for us later. We got people here. We got people happening. Meetings are happening right now. Meetings are happening right now. As we speak, Josh is being called for a meeting.
It's all right, man. It's all good. We're talking about Daryl's guitar, so the meeting will wait. So we've got a bolt-on guitar, $399. It's got a Floyd on it. It's got the blade pickup in the bridge. It's $399. It's a bolt-on. It's got the camo graphic on it. It's just an all-around purpose-built guitar. It's real to the point, very utilitarian. Not a bunch of flash, but if you want to get started rocking, man, and want to kind of get in on the ground floor, but you want a locking trem and you want a good bridge pickup, $399. We also offer this without a trem, so if you don't want the tremolo, you don't have to have it. But I mean, that's the only way with Daryl, man. He's all Floyd all day, so we're happy about that. And then we've got the classic black ML. It's called the Showdown ML, And yeah, as you can see, it's very simple. It's just black set neck guitar. It's got, this is interesting because it's got the ML, but it's got the Razorback inlays in it. So it's got the razor blade at the 12th fret, the other arrow inlays. Again, Floyd Rose, the dime traction knobs, which both of these guitars have, which is cool. You know, that's a Daryl thing that goes way back. So, you know, we're excited. And of course, you know, we're re-showing the Dime Bonics, which was, you know, a big hit for us last year. And, you know, these are some of the hardest guitars to keep in stock for us. I mean, for good reason. I mean, come on. But, you know, so, you know, we're excited, man. Between the amps and a few of these new guitars, it's, you know, Daryl just keeps on going, man. You know,
I love
we're
that
happy
you guys
to carry the torch. You know.
Hell yeah! So are we. So are the fans, man. Everybody is.
That's it. And you know, we talk to Vinny and the estate. You know, I talk to Vinny all the time. He's a D-drum artist, so you know, we talk about what we're doing and how we can best represent Daryl and really what he would want. You know, what Vince wants. You know, so you know, we really try to keep it. We try to keep it real, man. And you know, we don't just do things to do things to do them. You know what I mean? Like, we do it with a purpose. And, you know, there's a few people that over the years have kind of been a little bit negative about it, man. But the bottom line is that, you know, like I said, we're happy to keep the flame burning, and that's what it boils down to, man. So, you know, if you don't like it, tough shit.
Yeah,
you know?
get in our pool with Dean Guitars, man. Thanks, Josh. Well, I know you got to go to your meeting. Yeah, we'll be here all day.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. And shots later.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, sweet. All right, man. See you.
Cool, man. Thanks, Josh. Here we are at the Dean Guitars live from NAMM Webcast 2011. Jose here, talking to Josh Maloney, man, artist relations, dude that is responsible for bringing so many different artists to the family here, and a real cool dude, man. So, yeah, so we're going to do a little quick break, and then we're going to come back. More action. We're going to walk around stuff. We're getting ready for our autograph signing and stuff, and looking up and down the hallways and maybe talk again more to the Dean girls, man. We'll be back. Dean Guitars live from NAMM Webcast. Yeah.